All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're breaking down exactly why Google Ads seem to be practically draining local business budgets right now, and, more importantly, what the really smart companies are doing instead. Look, if you're running a business, you already know lead gen is absolutely crucial. But the landscape is shifting, right? The old playbooks, they just aren't working the way they used to. So we're going to unpack the mechanics behind this shift and look at a performance-based alternative that is literally changing the game.
If you're running Google Ads right now, let's just validate that incredibly frustrating reality for a second. Why are you paying more? For fewer clicks that somehow bring in fewer customers? I mean, think about it. What used to cost you, say, $20 a click and generate a solid 20 leads is now costing $50 and maybe bringing in 8. Yet, your competitors just keep bumping up their budgets. You kind of have to ask yourself what exactly changed, and is this even worth it as we look to the future? Well, it brilliantly illustrates the whole auction problem. Let's strip it back to how Google Ads actually works. At its core, it's an auction. Every contractor, attorney, HVAC tech, you're all bidding against each other. And as more players enter that auction, prices naturally shoot up. It's just simple supply and demand. Because nearly every local business depends on it now, the average cost per click is absolutely exploded. In industries like roofing or water damage, it's super common to see clicks costing anywhere from $50 to well over $300. And remember, that's before anyone has even picked up the phone to call you.
So here's the crucial point, the real fundamental flaw in how we think about this whole system. It's a massive misconception. Google doesn't sell customers. Google sells clicks. Whether someone actually books your service, hangs up immediately, accidentally taps your ad on their phone, or lives completely outside your service area, guess what? Google still gets paid. Think about what that does to your bottom line. You are carrying 100% of the risk, and they're carrying absolutely none.
Let's dig into that a bit more, because the cost of that click, that's just the tip of the iceberg. To even have a fighting chance at converting that wildly expensive click into a customer, you've got to fund this massive infrastructure. We're talking high-converting websites, dedicated landing pages, advanced call tracking, remarketing campaigns to chase people around the internet, plus the marketing agency fees to manage the whole shebang. You have to constantly optimize. It takes a massive budget just to show up. And after all that, the visitor might still just call your competitor.
Then you add the intent issue on top of it. This is a huge quality problem. Someone searching on Google might just be doing research. They might be comparing prices across 5 different companies, or just looking up some DIY fix. They're browsers, not necessarily buyers, you know? They aren't ready to pull the trigger. Which means you're paying premium top-tier auction prices for traffic that may literally never turn into a paying job.
This brings us to a major paradigm shift. Imagine you own a plumbing company. I really want you to think about this. Would you rather gamble $80 every single time someone just clicks your ad, hoping they actually need a plumber, or would you rather pay $120 for an exclusive phone call from someone who absolutely needs you today? A lot of business owners are realizing that paying a little bit more upfront for a guaranteed conversation brings in a vastly better ROI.
So let's define the actual solution here. It's called pay per call. Instead of buying clicks and crossing your fingers, you're buying actual phone calls from real people actively looking for your exact service. In a lot of cases, these callers have already gone through an automated system, answered qualifying questions, punched in their zip code, and are holding the line ready to talk to a pro. You aren't paying for window shoppers anymore. You're paying for someone ready to have a conversation. Because let's be real, conversations close jobs, not clicks. To see exactly how this works in the real world, we can look at the industry leader, Exclusive Live Calls. They basically built a system specific to bypass that fundamental flaw in the traditional ad model. They've created a network that delivers exclusive inbound phone calls so businesses just don't have to gamble their hard-earned cash on clicks anymore. It perfectly aligns your marketing spend with real, tangible customer conversations instead of just arbitrary website visits. When you check out the Exclusive Live Calls buyer dashboard, the first thing that jumps out is the total control buyers have right out of the gate. You can clearly see different campaigns set up, like a roofing campaign with a bid of $220 a call, or HVAC at $200. You control the budget. You set the parameters. You track your exact daily, weekly, and monthly spend and answer rates, all from one incredibly clean, centralized hub. Let's move into the setup, because you might think switching to a performance-based model like this is super complicated. But actually, scratch that. It's a remarkably simple 3-step process to go from theory to actually receiving live, exclusive calls. Let's break down exactly how you tell the system what kind of customers you want to buy.
Step 1 is incredibly straightforward, your receiving phone number. You just set up a target and plug in the exact phone number where you want all your exclusive leads routed.
You give the target a name, drop in your business number, set your fixed price payout, and define the minimum duration a call has to last before it's considered billable. It's direct, immediate routing straight to your sales team.
In step 2, you get to hyper-target your ideal customers with your coverage area. Seriously, no more paying for clicks from towns you don't even service. You just select your exact service states, narrow it right down to specific counties, and even configure zip code filters. You can literally bulk upload the exact zip codes your trucks drive to. It gives you absolute geographic control over where your calls are coming from.
Finally, step 3, customizing your working schedules. Because there is absolutely nothing worse than paying for a lead that calls at 2 a.m. when your office is dark. This system lets you set per-day availability. You can set it to Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and mark the weekends as closed. That way, you ensure you're only paying for calls that come in during the exact hours your business is actually open and ready to pick up.
And the transparent call history is really the ultimate proof of why this model works so well. It clearly marks which calls are billable and which are non-billable. If a call comes in and only lasts, say, 25 seconds, maybe it was a wrong number or outside your parameters, boom, it's marked non-billable, and you don't pay a dime for it. Plus, every call is fully recorded for total transparency and quality assurance. You see the caller's location, the exact duration, the amount charged, and your revenue earned. It's just 100% transparent, measurable performance marketing.
Now, to be absolutely clear here, does this mean Google Ads are fundamentally bad? Absolutely not. Google Ads is still one of the most powerful platforms out there. The problem isn't Google itself, the problem is relying on Google as your only lead source. Smart companies diversify. They build a strategy that blends Google Ads, SEO, local service ads, and social media while making pay-per-call a massive, reliable anchor in the middle of it all. The more sources you have, the safer and more scalable your business is going to be.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? The companies growing the fastest today are the ones focusing on measurable results and actual conversations. If you're a business owner who is completely over-gambling on clicks and you're ready for exclusive inbound calls, or, hey, if you're an agency looking for a full white-label platform to launch your own pay-per-call business, you absolutely need to visit exclusivelivecalls.com. They handle the tech, the tracking, the operations. You just handle the conversations.
As the lead generation landscape keeps evolving, we have to constantly be questioning where our marketing dollars are actually going. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to ponder until our next explainer. With platforms moving to pay-per-click and shared lead models everywhere you look, is HomeAdvisor actually still worth it, or is there a way better method to generate truly exclusive leads for your business? We are going to unpack that massive question in our next breakdown. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and I'll catch you then.